So how many of you are from basic CCNA, CCNP background? Or have you been into the security domain?
I have done CCNP Enterprise,
Mhm.
but I'm not too much involved in the security. Basically, nowadays I'm working in Huawei,
Okay.
so I have experience in working this Huawei firewall. So I
Okay.
have little bit experience on this Huawei firewall.
Okay. How about others? How many of you are from the CCNA or CCNP background?
Sir,
Yeah, go ahead.
I have few questions actually it is mentioned here CCI boot camp. So what exactly meaning like we will get also CCI lab solution also or like what it is exactly?
Sorry, come again.
Uh, on the screen I can see CCI boot camp is mentioned.
Mhm.
What is the exact meaning of this?
Okay, I'll come to that. Okay.
Okay, the second question is SVPN is mentioned. So SVPN mean it includes like IPsec, DMVPN type of things, right?
Yeah, yeah, correct. Yeah.
So
So
it will be on the routers or on the firewall.
I'll come to that. Okay.
And the last thing is normally I can see nowadays in the industry Cisco ICE is very in. So
Mhm.
how much part of ICE we will cover?
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll come to each one of your question one by one. So,
sure.
okay. So,
Yeah.
as you can see, this is CCNP to CCI security. There is no need of CCNA completion as of now, and neither there is a CCI security these days. So that used to be there once upon a time, but now Cisco has removed this concept of security, and you can directly start with CCNP security these days. You don't need to start with the CCNA or CCNP and core and then come here. You can directly start with security. You know that Encore or routing switching is basically very common platform, very common domain. So that's why most of the people in the Middle East or the US based, they give more preference to the security topic or the security domain. Okay, that is also one reason why you should come. Just a minute. Okay, so that is also one reason where people from a regular Encore or the enterprise domain switch to the security from the job aspect and the upskillment. So here in the CCNP to CCI security, I want to let you know the flow. So the flow would be something like this. So first we are starting with the score paper, okay, which is also the written paper for CCI security. So we are starting with the log session from the next Saturday. Today is the demo for the same batch to understand the course module, the duration, and all rest of the things. So first paper that we would be starting with the score paper. So this goes for let's say 2 to 3 months duration. Once after the completion or once we are done like 70 to 80%, we will start the next module parallelly. So we would be coming up with, let's say, eyes I just completed for one of the other badge as well. So if in case we see that SVPN has to be covered, then we can make a switch. We can come up with SVPN module, and we can shift back the Cisco eyes. So it depends on like how, what would be the second module, and we will go accordingly with that. So let's say as per this, let's say the Cisco IS would be started. We are covering the blueprint 300715. So that was also one question, like to what level. So this is from the CCNP CCI level that we are covering. So you have the administration, you have the TCAS radius device management, you have the guest profile, you have the posture profiling. So basically that you see in the production, we have that in this blueprint. Then we go with the next gen firewalls like FTD here. And also to get started before with FTD, we will go and complete the traditional ASA firewall. Then we go to the SVPN. And in the SVPN, yes, you have topics like site to site, you have DM VPN, you have Flux VPN, you have Get VPN, and these are all done on the iOS platform, iOS platform and Cisco ASA and FTD, because we are now talking from the SVPN, which is a module by Cisco. So they will definitely not be including any multi vendors like Palo or anything else, right? So they would be covering most of the VPNs from the Cisco product itself. So we will be having Cisco iOS, Cisco ASA, Cisco FTD for the SVPN module. Then we'll go with the email security appliance and web security appliance. And regarding the boot camp, this is more focused and more prepared for your final exams. So those people who are interested to write the CCI exam, you would be preferring to have some practice lab, right? So where you can practice all that you learned in the previous modules, because in the module wise what happened, we will be having a different approach. We will be first discussing the theory and then doing a lab. So the labs will remain from the conceptual based, but in the security bootcamp, whatever we learned in the previous module, now we will think, or we will solve the practice lab from the case studies or from the ticketing point of view. So we will have a let's say a ticket with the scenarios. You have to troubleshoot, you have to bring up your previous knowledge that you learned, and you have to solve the things. So boot camp is like a practice or mock up like concept, where you will do all that thing which you might have learned in the previous module. So this is how the flow goes. It's a 6 month of course which happens during the weekends. Okay, every Saturday and Sunday, that is 9 to 11 p.m. IST. I'm okay with plus or minus 30-minute early or 30 minutes late start, if in case audience needs some sort of uh, you know uh, some sort of customization. Then we can either start with 8:30 as well, or if all agrees, then we can start by 9:30 p.m. as well. Otherwise we can stick with 9 to 11 p.m. IST, or we can have 9 to 10:30 p.m. IST if on Sunday it's going little extended, because next morning you might have office. So on Sunday we can keep it even let's say 9 to 10:30 and wrap up the session. So I can say this way, it would be 2 to 2.5 or 3 hours, depending upon the topic, depending upon the day. We can fix base that it's a 9 p.m. start, and the end we can keep it anything like 10:30 or 11 or 10:45, depending upon the topic. Okay, so this is how it's going right now for the existing batch. And the flow, as I've discussed, it will be first the score module, then the Cisco ICE, then the Cisco ASFTD, then the VPN, and then the ESA, WSA, and then the bootcamp. So these are the 6 modules that we cover in the CCNP CCI security. Someone who just needs CCNP alone, okay, might be you don't want the CCI security as of now, but you just want CCNP. So for you guys, score, score, and you can select one of the any module from ICE or ASA or SVPN. Okay. So let's say score and any module from this, either ICE, either ASA FTD or SVPN, because these are the CCNP concentration tracks for security. So at the time of my counselor reach you for the enrollment, you can let your preference know. If you want to go with CCNP security, then you can pick any. So this is mandatory for everyone. The second one, you have three options: either ICE, either ASAFTD, or SVPN. If in case you plan to go with CCI security, then all the six are included for you. All six. Okay, all the six module that is put up here is part of CCI security. So sometime not everyone plans to write the exam, but still from the upskillment they want to be part of this, right? So for you guys, the CCI track is better because you will learn multiple technology from the security aspect now. So this is completely security. We don't talk about protocols here. If you are interested to learn the protocol like OSPF, BGP, or STP, Ether channel, then I also have another batch which is for CCNP to CCI security. Sorry, enterprise, which I just started last week. So if in case you are interested for the routing switching, you can opt this batch, that is enterprise. And in case if you are interested for the security, then go with the security. And overall, if you talk enterprise versus security, both has its own advantage and disadvantage. Enterprise being the core, you will see a lot of people are from the enterprise background, so it's like saturated in the market, whereas security being very if towards the security side, less people, less crowd. So if you make well advanced planning in the security, you might be the next fit in the next company. So this is always a non ending topic, which is better, enterprise or security. Both are better. It depends where you are located. uh, Security is very in demand in the Middle East and the US. Okay, and enterprise is worldwide. If you're looking over in Bangalore or Gurgaon or Mumbai or anywhere, I mean, enterprise is something which is worldwide popular. Okay.
Hi. Uh, I send one message like actually what is firepower and
we, we
endpoint
we will
protection?
we will discuss from the topic at the end. You can park your question in the chat box. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So these are the major two track, and I'm covering both CCNP to CCI enterprise as well as CCNP to CCI security. It is your preference which one you want, enterprise or security, and we will suggest you both, whichever is good for you as per the your preference. Okay, I cannot say a person that go and do the security, because might be for you enterprise makes more sense, and I cannot say another person go and do enterprise because for you might be the security is much more preferable. Okay, just in shortcut, let me also mention what you learn in the enterprise and what would you learn in the security, because I had this demo last weekend. If in case you have not attended that enterprise, let me quickly go what things you learn. So this is majorly for routing like OSPF, BGP. You have the switching topics, right? You have SD-WAN covered here. You have SD access in the enterprise. You have the DNAC or Cisco DNA over here, right? Whereas in the security, you will discuss about the security attacks, DDoS. Just a minute. Okay, DDoS attacks, more related to the cyber security. You have Cisco ICE, which is AAA posture profiling. You deal with web security appliance, email security appliance. You deal with the firewalls like ASA, FTD, FMC, right? So these are two broad segment. So someone who is looking from the security aspect, I can recommend you CCNP to CCI Security. If you are from routing switching background, you want to go to the SD-WAN, SD access, then the enterprise is the right choice for you. Okay, so I believe this answers your confusion to decide which one is best. If you have any doubt, you can let me know so I can clear between enterprise and security. Okay. If not, we will continue. Now I'll show you more from the exam point of view, that is CCI 6.1 point of view. As we know, any CCI track these days consists of two papers. One is that mandatory paper. Say for in the security, you call it as S-core, and in the enterprise, you call it as N-core. And then the lab paper, which is a 8 hours lab paper. Now, this 8 hours are divided in two sections. One is called design, and the other one is called deploy, optimize, operation. This design is for 3 hours, and the remaining 5 hours is for the DOO. Design is more like MCQ based, multi question based. There will be scenario. Based on the scenario, you would be provided with question. You will have the access to a different topology. You can open the CLI, make use of the show commands and also get the answer there. Or you can view the topology and also make your MCQ questions answered. Whereas the do, which is 5 hour, this is a proper troubleshooting, okay, fixing the issue, uh, could be the configuration part, could be a complete VPN configuration that you need to do. So this is how the lab consists of. CCI Lab 8 hours, which divides into two sections. So that is what is mentioned here. This is design 3 hours. You have to understand the customer's design, and the questions would be MCQ based, drag and drop, fill the blank. So it's basically all in the terms of marks. So like 1 mark, 2 mark, like let's say 3 marks, or if it is a drag and drop, then it's a 6 mark that you get if you attempt it clearly. From the deploy, operate, and optimize, the do module, which as I told, it's more like deployment, operate, and optimize. Okay, the configurations and all those things. See, these are the two modules. This is the exam passing eligibility, that you have to score minimum score point at the both side to be getting the Cisco CCI badge. Otherwise, if you, let's say you have got good marks here, but you fail to attain a minimum scoring percentage here, but overall you got let's say a score which is more than minimum, but still it will be showing you as a failed result. Okay, so there is a minimum score at both the side, on the design and on the do of your 8 hours lab. If you have passed on both the side, then only uh, your cumulative score would be pass. It depends. In the case of security, you can do your labs based on CLI versus based on graphical. At certain time, what happens is graphical is too tedious by having let's say 15 steps to be followed to configure VPN. But if the same thing you want to do with the CLI based, it is like writing up a single config and pushing on the device. So it is your choice what you prefer. You can do it via CLI or you can do with graphical. Some products we need to do it only via graphical, like Stealth Watch or Endpoint. They don't have very good CLI. Whereas if you are configuring ASA, then you have both the choice. You will have the ASA's ASDM, which is graphical, but at the same time you will get the ASA CLI also, which is much faster and you can configure site to site or a remote VPN here. So we have to know both. That is why when I'm covering the topic, I'll be showing from the both side. I'll show the ASDM and the CLI part of it. Okay. Let me show you first how our module works. So as I told you, the score is the first module. So let me open the module here. So this is our score lab. Okay, a score lab. In this, we will have all the components that you actually need from CCI. This is made in such a way that the participants start working on a massive lab. When they arrive to the CCI topic, they already have some ideas about how the labs would be. Most of the institute or trainers, what they do is they do take such topics in very small lab, or they just plug two devices and show you the working. But at the time of CCI security, when you come to CCI security, what happens is you face difficulty to understand the whole topology. So to have that mindset created from the first step, we will have a score topology itself in such a way that most of the things you can cover up in this. Okay. And how is the guide book or the workbook is given? Let me show you that as well. So let's say if I go to my Google Drive at the time of a score paper, this is going to be the lab guide. See, so we start with the basic lab first. This used to be previously CCNA security topic, hardening of devices, where we talk about ACL, AAA, uh, SSH versus Telnet, IPS, control plane policy. Then we talk from the common attack perspective, social engineering, zero-day exploit, man in middle. Okay, all the attacks here. Then we have the lab demonstration for all this attack like DHCP snooping, VLAN security, CDP, cam table overflow. We also will discuss about the protocol securing of routing protocol. Okay, then we will have topics like FTP versus TFTP, SCP versus SFTP. Okay, then the topics like SNMP, syslog, NTP, AAA. Then we have some topics for .1x. Then we have the VPN topics with the self signature, with the CA servers, Flex VPN, DM VPN. So these are some topic for the S score, and the lab guide will be demonstrating how do you configure these things. So let me show you one basic lab from randomly picked lab. Let's say I go here. So this is the VPN topic, right? So in the VPN case, I've selected this section from that score lab. So let me go back to that lab and let me find that section. See, this is the section now. So we are building the IPsec VPN here. So we will configure, we will test it, we will check if the VPNs are coming up, the phase one comes up, or we are facing some issue, we'll fix it, right? So that is how the labs are done. So it will be one single topology where we will be dividing the section by section. So you can see this is for the self signature. Okay, so that is how this is divided. It's a lengthy workbook, 217 pages. You have the config, you have the validation step, right? It's a lengthy book basically. So let us check something randomly. So this is during the attack lab demonstration. So we are using Kali Linux to initiate the attacks. So here we can see attacks launched for STP or MPLS, ISL, HSRP, DTP.1x. So this will be demonstrated in the class. So you will understand how the attacks are being done and how you mitigate the such attacks by the best practice. Okay, so that is how the score is completed. Once the score is completed, or parallelly, when we are almost 70-80% done, then we will start with our next module. The next module, as I told, could be Cisco ISE or SVPN. So for Cisco SVPN and Cisco ISE, let me show you the material, how it looks like. So let's say this is my, okay, not, sorry, not this one. It's in the different folder. So I'll go one step back. SVPN. These are some tools. These are the workbook. Let's say this is the guidebook. So you wanted to check what all topics we cover in SVPN. So let me show you. So we start with the IPsec site to site. And in the site to site itself, we would have multiple different scenarios. Okay, self signed and CA as a server, uh, creation of the groups. So site to site itself takes lot of time and lot of things to cover. Then we have DM VPN. Then we have the Flex VPN, SSL VPN, Easy VPN. Then we do the comparison between the different VPNs. Okay. See, these are again, that's another 237 pages of workbook. So you can see more visibility once you scroll and randomly check some VPN topics here. So here we learn all phase one, phase two, the different number of packet, different number of modes. This is a VPN, basically VPN. Around 10 VPNs, 10 to 15 VPNs we are going to touch base in this module. So this is the comparison. So here you have Get VPN, DM VPN, GRE based VPN, Easy VPN, Standard IPsec VPN. You have Remote VPN, SSL VPN. See, this is where I think the labs are starting now. Okay. So till few pages we will do touch base the theory. Then we start with the lab. So we have IPsec site to site between Cisco iOS router using PSK method. That means pre-shared key method. Okay, the configs are given, the validations are given. You need to know what to be checked to prove if the VPNs are working or not. There will be Varsha capture to understand what are the flags, how the packets look like, right? So that is how the VPNs are touch based done in the lab. Then we go to GRE over IPsec. So this is one topic from the GRE. So at the end, if I just scroll a bit more, you can see the topology would have been matured by now because we keep adding the things. See, this is where the ASDM comes. I told you for ASA you have both graphical and the CLI. We will see both because at times you might prefer doing CLI or sometimes you might prefer doing graphical. For ASA, the graphical is much better to configure rather than remembering 30-40 lines. Okay, so this is with ASDM. Similar way, we will also have the CLI configs for the same. See, this is for remote access VPN. Okay, let's see what is this. Yeah, see, this is IPsec side to side using stateful failover. So that means you have two two VPN peers and you have connecting with another branch. So if in case even one goes down, you will have the VPN setup with the second. You might be aware with the VPN setup where you have one to one. Now we are also adding another pair here. Okay, so that is what is covered in this topic using the stateful failover. See, this is for site to site with NAT-T. So it's a big workbook with lot of things to be discussed. As I told, each module will take at least a 2 to 2.5 month. See, there is one more lab here, site to site using key ring, right? Now you may not know what is key ring, but there is a concept in the config where you can create key ring and you can put the pre-shared key inside that. Okay. So these are few aspects. When we do start with the topic, I can explain you in a better way because this is not one or two things that's to be covered. There are several things that is being included in the security domain. Okay, you might have heard about IPsec and you might have worked on IPsec, but that is not sufficient. From the SVPN module, we will be looking into multiple things, multiple different aspect, multiple different things, certificates, self-signed certificates, pre-shared key ring, right? There are a lot of things that we are going to touch base. See, this is another case study using static VTI and wildcard key. You may not even heard about what is wildcard key. See, this is a example for a see, this is done. See, you see here, this there is no the remote peer IP here. We are making use of some sort of wildcard mask here, right? Normally, what happens in the VPN is we give the remote peer. We mention that the other side is 2.2.2, but not in this case. So this is a different way to handle certain scenarios. Okay. So this is regards to the SVPN module. I'll also show you the coverage for Cisco ICE. So at the time of Cisco ICE, let me show you how the lab or how the things would look like. So this is the Cisco ICE lab. Over here we have let's say for HA pairing we are making use of two Cisco ICE. We are having a AD managed, non-AD managed. We have multi vendors from the device administration point of view. We have routers, we have a virtual WLC, which is a wireless LAN controller, Cisco ASA. So a lot of topics that we discuss here can be showcased with these components. Okay. And the workbook for this is something like this. Okay. Again, it's a big major workbook that is being created around with 400 pages. So just from overall point, if we see the topic, it's over here. Okay, Cisco ISE 300715, part of CCI Security. So here we talk about the initial eyes management, bringing up the eyes and configuring the management, configuring the credentials. Then we will integrate it with the AD server. We will configure all the packages like DNS, DHCP, certificate, everything on this particular Win server. Okay, and all install the package for NTP and FTP, etc. Then the topics like related to device management, then the AAA, then the uh, uh, Cisco ICE HA pairing 1 and 2 with the pairing concept, high availability. Then regards to the software upgrade, patch installation, backup restoration. Then the dot 1x topic. Then the map topic, media access control using the MAC address. Those end device which don't support dot 1x. Then the certificate based authentication. Then there is a topic called AZ Connect when you don't want to go with the lengthy config that's included in the .1x, you can go with Easy Connect. Then the multi-vendor administration like Cisco Nexus or let's say FortiGate, Palo Alto. How do you onboard them to the Cisco ICE, right? Let me just update this table of content because some topic, recent topic, I think yeah, now it's visible here. You can see then the profiling was covered, then the Cisco ICE posture was covered, then the wireless and guest profile was covered. So, in short, the complete in and out of Cisco ICE you will learn from this module. So you will, if you're working folk, if you're working on a Cisco ICE and want to upskill, you can also take a single module as well if you want only Cisco ICE. But I would recommend go with the entire security package to grab more outcomes out of it rather than single module. Okay. Similar way, when this module is done, we will have the next module ready. Now this is about the ASA. I'll showcase all my ASA topic over here, and I'll park my topics related to next gen over here. So we have FMC, we have FTD, we will do have Win server. So we have Win server for self-signed certificates, uh, all the topics like again site-to-site VPN, remote access VPN, sub-interface configurations, and HA pairing, the intrusion, right? The different ways of adding policies, all the aspect will be covered here. So let me see if I have the workbook here. Uh, One second. Because now here in network journey we run so many batches, so we have n number of courses kept and managed. So let me look for ASA and FTD. Okay, ASA and FTD. One second, this is not the one. Yeah, it is inside this. So part 2 FTD. This is the lab workbook. Okay, so we will go with very basic till the advanced topic. So the first workbook I'm just trying to find. So the first workbook would be how to bring up the FMC, FTD. How do you configure the things? How do you have uh, the integration between FTD, FMC? What is the evaluation license? All that we've discussed in the first one. So we go with the basic first and then we go to the later on stages. Okay, right now I'm showing you overall material so for you to understand how the things are going to come. I'm not going in depth of any topic that is not feasible in 1 hour, 1.5 hour of demo, because you know what are the number of or the the dense of topic that we have in this security zone, security topics, right? So it is not possible to cover in 1 day. It is a 6 month of course. So you are seeing the things that's available, or that is the things that we are showcasing in our previous batch, which should make you confident enough to enroll and get the access to this thing. Now also let me tell you how the access work. These access are given to you guys once you enroll the batch, and we also help you with the home lab setup. Okay, so it is very easy to access our labs. This is where our labs are hosted. You can check from your side if you have the access to this. Sorry, that is not the right link. Let me give the right one. So let's say 106 and yeah, this one. See, if in case you are able to see this login prompt, that means you can access our lab from your browser itself. So you are having your office laptop or personal laptop. You are traveling. You just need internet, and you will have the access to the lab. So this is where we are hosting it. Okay, and how are the labs provided? So let me also talk about that. How are the labs provided? So there are two types of labs that we give here because we understand it's a technical topic and the engineers need the access throughout the day so they can practice whenever they get the time, right? So we are giving two types of lab. The first one is remote lab. In this kind of URLs are provided and your credentials would be created from my backend team and they will email you the credential. So you will have a separate lab for this. You will have it for SVPN, you will have it for Cisco eyes, and finally to which I will show you in some time now, the CCI practice lab as well. I will show you. So for each lab you will have a 3 month of access. So all together it will go like 1 year or above. So you will have 3 months of access as a part of the package itself. And remember, these are 24 bar 7 access to you. No one gives you 24 bar 7. They most of the institute gives you either 2 hours or 3 hours or 4 hours a day, and or sometimes they give per hour concept like 50 hours or 100 hours, which will not work well in the case of someone who is preparing for CCI security because you need more number of hours, right? Or you need a unlimited access. So this is a unlimited access for the set period, like 3 months for single module. And you know the pattern. We are going a module by module. So not that we are having all 5 module at once and then you are not feasibly able to opt them, right? Or use them. So each one module when we cover, we give you the access. It will be 24/7. Someone who is still not satisfied with this, then we will give you the ready-made file as well, which is in the format of OVA. And the specification now should be on your machine because this is going to get configured on your machine, right? So on your machine, let's say if you need a score lab, then minimum 24 GB to 30 GB of RAM you should have it in your system with the 8 core CPU. Why? Because in Score, I have told you we have Stealth Watch, we have endpoints, we have ASA, we have FTD, we have Cisco Eyes, we have server. Definitely, it's going to take a lot of resources. When it comes to SVPN, this is only the iOS and FTD and ASA. Should not take more than let's say 12 to 16 GB of RAM, and 4 core of CPU should be sufficient. When you go to Cisco eyes, again it's a RAM intensive, right? So it will consume more. So might be 24 to 28 GB of RAM, or let's say 30 GB of RAM is needed for a Cisco eyes, because two Cisco eyes we will plug, and each Cisco eyes consumes 16 GB 16 of RAM at the time of booting up. Later they will settle down and they will come down, but initially they will need so much. So this is the hardware configuration that I was talking about. And when you do the CCI practice, if you need that in your laptop, you should have a bigger RAM available, 64 GB. If you have a server, then you can have this. Okay, and let's say 8 core CPU, etc. So this is from the hardware configuration. Need not to worry if you don't have it. We will give you our server. Yes, the home lab, in the sense it's including all the images. You just have to load it in your laptop using VM workstation, and you are able to spin up the things at your side. I'll just show you how the file should look like. See, for example, I'll just show you for one. See, this is a home lab setup. This is the file you get. And this file is already preloaded with all the images and the lab topology. So this I'm talking for this topic, okay, SVPN. So similar way for all that 5, 6 module, you will receive its own home lab. So we are not having a single lab for all the different module demonstration. For each module demonstration, we have prepared its own lab topology so that it better match with the needful topic rather than mixing too many things and getting no output out of it. Okay, now this is all that CCNP level. For the CCI one, we have this as the practice set. As I told you, this will be more focused from all the different aspect. We will have a Cisco eyes here. We will have the AD server. We will have uh, we are going to have the Cisco ASA, FTD, a lot of things. And this is the remember, this is not the place where we will be talking from the theoretical aspect. It will be more practical. So let's say there are users here and the task is to create a remote access VPN. So you can see there is a Cisco ASA firewalls over here, right? Might be they have to reach over on a stateful inspection or stateful connection to a server which is hosted here. So you have to create a VPN. You have to check on the connectivity and have the configuration. So it's more like a task based scenario. Similar way, let's say you want to have a flex VPN connectivity between this site and this site. Okay. Similar way, you have a different aspects here. You have a endpoint, you have AMP where the traffic is inspected. A lot of things are being added in this. You will get a task from the basis of a section and you have to configure. So in this boot camp, at least we will not be talking again, once again, the theory like what is flex VPN, because that we have done in the SVPN. That's why I said if you're taking enrollment, then take the enrollment in the whole package, because later we will not go in the theoretical concept when we are going with the CCI bootcamp, right? So that's what the module is prepared in such way. So whatever is needed, we will cover it up in the score. Then we go ICE to the ICE module, to the ASA module, to the SVPN, then to the ESA, WSA, and then the bootcamp, CCI bootcamp. Okay. So let me quickly also check the comment section here of the Zoom chat. So if I'm not missing something. And as I told you, today I'm just demonstrating the overall picture. Okay, how it looks like. I can see the question. Yeah, I will be taking the entire module. I think the participant is there or he has renamed. Yeah, anyway, this I'll take the entire module. Okay. And yeah, firepower endpoint. Yeah, the practical is included. We would be doing both graphical and CLI. Requirement on the laptop, I've already told you. Okay. Is there any command line difference between ASA? Yes, there is a difference between ASA and router. Lot of commands are being, twisted in ASA, which you don't see in router. But however, since both are from the Cisco platform, most of the commands are also similar here. Okay, stateful failover is something a scenario where let's say in a customer side, you instead of keeping one terminating VPN device, you are keeping two, so that if one goes down, the other one comes up and takes up the connection. Okay, so I see these are few questions which are posted. So if you have any question from technical, I think I've demonstrated all the material, all the aspect from the lab, workbook, notes, and I've also shown you the lab topology. So I think I'm done from my side from the technical aspect and to give you the overview of the demo today. From the next week, it will be the logged session. Locked session in the sense only those people who have enrolled will be getting the access and getting the access to the Zoom meeting, that is when we are starting with our first topic. Okay. Now you might have question about the management, the fee structure, enrollment process, any offer going on. So for that, I have my backend counselor, student manager counselor, Sajid. So if you don't have any question for me, I'll pass it on to him. He will take next 10-15 minutes, and he will give you all your doubts related to fee structure and all rest of the thing.
I
So
have one question. Like
yeah.
this sessions will be more interactive, or like we have to park all the questions in the chat box and later you will reply.
See, it is a locked session. When I say locked session, it is
No,
a
no, sorry. Mean to say when I will be enrolled and
yeah,
you will start.
that is what I'm saying.
Uh,
Once we go with the logged session from the next class, then it is an interactive session. That means you can ask your question anytime. But to have a basic ethic, not to disturb every other, it is better you park your question for a topic to be over. Not like today that you have to answer or have the Q&A at the end. There will be topics that will be discussed, and after some certain time you can ask your questions and get the answer, because for every single second if you be asking something, it will create disturbance for other participant also, right? So that is what we can have a format. So let's say every 20 minute, I usually ask every 10 minute, every 5 minute, is this okay? Can I proceed? So you have a chance to unmute and ask at the same time. So you
yeah,
don't have
very
to
good.
wait till the end of the session.
Yeah, and the second thing is like this course is more related to theory or practical. Like for example, next week we will have one session. So this 2.5 hour sessions, how much time we will give it to theory and how much time we will give it to practical?
I already showed you the workbook, right? So
Yeah,
that's all
yeah.
technical workbook only. And when we are starting with the topic, so first we go with the theory demonstration, and then we
Mhm.
complete the practical in the same class.
Same class. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Right,
Okay.
right, right. Okay.
So that is why I showed all the material that I have, because I know student have faced negative impression with different institute, different trainers where they only teach the theory. That's why I showed you all the material that we have it for this batch, and you can see all the labs, all the way that is being designed, the labs that you get. So it's more practical, I would say. But again, without theory, you will not understand if you are from a regular enterprise or routing switching. So we have to go with the theory, plus we have to do the lab in the same class, so we have a better control on that topic. Okay. So, any other doubts? Akif, I think you are from one of my older batch, because feel your name. I can recognize your name. Are you from any of my other batches like automation or anything? Akif Yassin. Okay, I think he is away. So, if there is no question, I'll hand over to Sajid. Sajid, are you in the call?
Yeah, I'm there. I will take it from here.
Okay, I'll just stop my share.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Myself Sajid. I'm the student relationship manager and the counselor. Okay, so I'm here to give you all the details regarding the course and regarding your access and materials, what all things you will be getting once you are going to enroll for this course. Yeah, by the way, our trainer Sagar sir has showed many things in the session as well. So let me just go through brief and I can explain you all in detail. Okay, so let me start with my first slide. Yeah, as you guys can see here, so here course syllabus and class schedule is present. Okay, so yeah, let me start with like here. This will be going to be a total CCNP to CCI security track. Okay, for version 1.1. Okay, and here you'll be getting to learn with the Cisco ASA firewall like ASA, FTD, and FMC, and then next will be the SCORE, and then next will be the SVPN, then next will be the Cisco ICE, then next will be the ESA, email security appliances, Cisco email security appliances, and then next will be the Cisco web security appliances. Then next will be at the end there will be the CCI security boot camp. Okay, and let me give you in a clear detail. Let's say someone going to enroll for the CCNP security itself. Some candidates may have planned to go for CCNP, and some may have to go for the CCI total track. Okay, so let's say now we are starting our SCORE module. Okay, so from this today itself, and from next class on 14th, you'll be starting with the first class for SCORE. Okay, then after that, you'll be going through either SVPN or then Cisco ASA, FTD, and FMC. So the thing is, like who are enrolled for the CCNP security, they'll be going through the SCORE module and Cisco ASA FTD. So after your completion of SCORE, you can go to the Cisco ASA FTD track. So for other candidates who are enrolled for the CCI security, they will go for SCORE and SVPN. Then they will go for Cisco ASA FTD. Then they will go for Cisco ICE, then ESA, WSA, and at the end there will be the your lab for the CCI security boot camp. Okay, so this should be clear for you guys. So who are going to enroll for the CCNP security and CCI security. Okay, so regarding your class schedule, so this will be going to be a weekend batch, Saturday, Sunday, from 9 p.m. IST to 11 p.m. IST. Every session will be of 2 hours on Saturday and Sunday, 2 days on weekends. Sorry. So this will be going to be like 6 to 7 months of course duration. So to cover overall modules topic by topic, it will take 6 to 7 months. Okay, and let me go through my next slide. So which will be for your access and materials. Like as you can see here on the screen. So access, what we are providing for you guys is like you'll be getting the firstly you'll be getting the recording access of for lifetime. So let's say you are attending your live sessions, so that recordings you will be getting on our LMS, on our learn portal. From there you can access the recordings let's say today we have completed our first session. That recording will be visible after 1 or 2 hours in your portal. So in case someone has missed the class or due to their some personal commitment or official commitment, so they can just come and they can go through the recording, and tomorrow's for tomorrow's class they can be on the same page with the trainer's topics. So if you have any doubts or any concern regarding to the previous session, you can ask to the trainer in your tomorrow session, so that he can take that point and he can clear your doubt. So like this you'll be getting the lifetime recording access for your total CCI security class. Okay, and whenever you want you can access that recordings, and that will remains with you for lifetime on our LMS. The second thing is you'll be getting the 24/7 unlimited lab access. So for CCNP security, you'll be getting the 6 months of lab access. And for CCI security, who are going to enroll for CCNP security, they'll be getting 6 months of lab access. And who are going to enroll for the CCI security, they are getting for 1 year of lab access total. Okay, and here the thing is you can access it whenever you want. There are no any such time limit, so that you can access it for some 3 hours as per your slot, or particular 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. So there is no any slot thing here. So you can directly, whenever you are available, like on your comfortable time, your available time, so you can access your labs. So that will be for 24 bar 7. Whenever you want, you can access it as per your subscription and as per your 6 months or 1 year of lab access. Okay, and then you'll be getting the materials like workbooks, PPTs, PDFs, step-by-step lab manuals, and reading material, lab guides, and writing materials. So all overall, all the things I'm considering, and you'll be getting all the materials like as you saw in the our session previously, some 15-20 minutes back. Our trainer Sagar sir has shown all the things like what all materials you'll be getting, how will be your lab manuals, how you can follow for your lab practice. So all the clear materials you'll be getting, that you can download, and you can keep it with you as well. And the G drive access will also remains with you for lifetime. If in case if you missed out somewhere, so you can re-download it once again, and whenever you want, you can download it from our G drive. Okay, and next will be like we will be providing you the home lab setup. Let's say if you have the good configuration of your system, then we will help you out to set up a home lab, so that once you are done with your remote lab access, or simultaneously if you want to configure labs on your laptop or on your personal server, so we can assist you to set a home lab, so that you can access it in a very good way. And that will also remains with you for lifetime access, what all labs we are providing. Okay, and we'll be providing you the 24 bar 7 backend support from our NetworkJourney team. Let's say if you are facing any issues, any queries regarding to the course, or regarding to the portal, or regarding to the lab, or regarding to anything, it may be some doubts related to your corporate offices, or your organization, so you can just raise a ticket on our support DL. One of our team member will connect with you, and he will assist you to the right person who can look into your issues, and you'll be getting the reply back from our team for your solutions, with your solutions. Okay, and next let me move towards